Alright. We'll be playing some Kerbal Space Program today. As soon as it loads, that is. And we'll give this a solid 2 minutes. And we're down to about 1:45 before we start the stream. Give everyone a chance to show up if they're going to show up and say something in the chat. If you're going to say something in the chat, but you're probably not going to. Because realistically, I see the stream statistics. The number of people that watch is typically a very round number. Rounds up to 0. Let me grab my drink of the day. Today is apple juice. Of course, the slogan for apple juice being hungry for apples. Get started here in about another minute. So today it's mostly going to be just trying to complete some random missions in order to build up some of our reputation here in Kerbal Space Program. A little birdie tells me that the reason I'm not getting the Minimus World First missions is because I don't have the reputation for it, which makes sense. You know, makes sense because we crashed like so many stuff, lost so many pilots, so it would make sense that that's a limitation imposed. So we're gonna look at some of these missions, see what'll get us the most respect, and we'll start that here. Coming up on another 12 seconds to go, and yeah, last chance to say something in the chat. It'll show up on screen. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff. And here we are. So, obviously we have this Minimus mission, which is okay, but we don't have the world first. So we're going to wait on that. I'm thinking. We'll wait on that one. Now we can do this specific orbit stuff, but I kind of want to do this. This one is a prestigious one. We have to be on a suborbital trajectory of the moon, and we want to test a thing at about 190,000 meters, which I think we can do. I'm going to go ahead and accept that one. And then we need to test this thing splashdown. Like, look at this. This gives us 2 stars. 2 stars is not much. But yeah, like this one gives us 11 stars. So I don't know what stars translate into the reputation points up here, but I think we need to be above 50. So that'll be something to test. But for now, let's get that skipper engine going. Get ourselves heading towards the moon, as it were. There is our moon thingy. There it is. 15,000 just for this thing. Look at this thing. It's ugly. How can it be worth 15,000? Makes no sense. And yet it makes perfect sense. Where's the skipper engine? Here it is. It's our specific impulse on this guy. Specific impulse, 320 vacuum. What about the Terrier? The Terrier engine is higher than that, isn't it? 320 vacuum versus 345 vacuum. So this is going to be a little bit less efficient. And we could. We have this F10 adapter. I don't know what that does. I don't think that's the right adapter for this, though. But oh, you know, here's the issue that I have. Which one do I put it on? I guess I'm gonna have to put it on the second one up here. That's gonna look weird. That doesn't look weird, does it? Looks a little weird. Hold on. Let's look at this F10 adapter. Oop, hold on. Purchase. Okay, that was not what I wanted. Okay. We'll chalk that up as being a mistake for now. We'll just add a little bit more fuel, and we'll put the big engine on. Alright. And that's just gonna have to be what it is. So what do we got when we get to vacuum? That's 15,000, that's 13,000, that's 2,000. So that's a total of about 5-ish thousand. That's not great. I wonder, could this be fixed if I cut this in half? 17,890. Huh. Yeah, it's. I think it's that extra weight we're fighting against, isn't it? So what is this? What is the weight on this guy? Variance available 3. Mass is 0.5. This one, the mass is 3. So we need to look at cutting out weight if we can. I guess we don't need this. That doesn't help us much. Anything else we can get rid of? I guess not. You know, unless we wanted to, like... We could upgrade the facility. We got room for another 2 parts if we wanted to add another 2 parts to this thing. I can't think of what 2 parts would be worth adding. Nope, I think we're just going to have to risk it. But I don't really want to risk it, you know? Like, this is 2,000, 1,500, and then 1,300. I don't think that's enough. You know, being perfectly honest, I don't think that's anywhere close to being enough, unfortunately, which is really sad for this thing, because this is supposed to be the whole mission, is getting this onto a suborbital flight of the moon. Don't save it. I don't think we need to save that. Hold on. I'm going to go back in here. Using the normal engine method, what is the normal engine? 2,000, 1,500, 1,300... No, that's the new one. Hold on. Where's the old one? Here's the old one. Right, 2,000, 2,800, and 2,200. See, this is the one that gets you to the moon. I don't think we have enough... I'm learning to look at the Delta V and try and make a decision based on that. So we have a launch pad that we can launch from. We could upgrade this to get more parts, but I think what we ultimately need is we need better structure, don't we? Where's the advanced building? So this we could buy. We could get this, and then we would have the strut connectors, which would actually be mucho beneficial. Let's just look at stuff that gets us science then. We gotta do this. This is a splashdown. We can do that for now. Let's try splashing something into the water. Alright, so we're putting the moon mission on hold for now. Just because... Put this thing, yep, this guy on here, give him a battery. And a pair of shoes. See, this parachute's 400, this one's 422. Kind of feels like a waste putting this thing on here, you know? Alright, put on a fuel tank. And I want to put on the swivel engine. Oh, but no, we got to test the Terrier. That's the whole point of this. So what is this? Thrust to weight ratio 3.24. That'll work. And I think that's all we need, isn't it? Just test it when it lands in the water. I think we got everything. And if we don't, we can always go back, probably. This is an inexpensive mission. Alright, stability assist, thrust. Alright, just give us a 2-second. So clearly that didn't work. I think it's because we're in atmosphere, it doesn't work as well. So yeah, this guy is not going to work in atmosphere. I'm looking at that thrust to weight ratio 0.8 when you're in the atmosphere. Maybe that's something I should have looked at. Okay, we will put the swivel on then. Does this have a crossfeed? It better have a crossfeed. 0.8. If you can relate, it's 0.8. I'll put this onto here, this on here, and this guy here. Here we go. So what do we got for this guy? Yeah, 5.06. That ought to be a little bit better. So this is the one we're going to try and land it in the water. And if it lands in the water, then we're good. If it don't land in the water, then we're no good. Which is usually the case. Point it this way. Alright, that's looking good. Alright, I think we're over the water now. And I'm going to deploy the chutes in 3, 2, 1, now. Alright, looking good. What is that thing? We have debris? No one told me we had debris. It might be good to recover that. It could be worth something. Probably worth pennies. But, you know, pennies are something. Pennies are a thing. People don't realize this, you know. Canada got rid of its pennies. So now you can't get a 1-cent piece anymore in Canada. Which is kind of unfortunate, because as soon as that happened, everybody started having bad luck. The reason for that? You no longer have lucky pennies. It's like, what did they think was going to happen when they got rid of the only lucky thing that people had? The penny. No wonder everybody's unlucky all of a sudden. Alright, here we go. Alright, looking good, looking good. So now, splash down, liquid carrier engine, just activate the part is what it says. Alright. And we recovered a vessel. Yeah, kinda, I guess you could look at this as being a bit of a tedium. So you might as well ask questions if you got them, because now's the time. Let's recover this thing. Man, look at this. So you can, like, zoom around and get different angles. Alright, what do we got? What do we got? Science data from the surface of the moon. Obviously we can do that. We have stuff on the moon. Temperature surveys, atmospheric surveys. Below a certain altitude, near an area. I want to see where that area is first. H16S? Where is area H16? That's way down here. Oh, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen, my friend. Do you know there's actually there's a point around the moon that you can be orbiting. It's probably going to be somewhere out here, where your orbit around the moon matches your orbit around the planet. And so you're constantly between the planet and the satellite. There's actually a point where you can do that. That's one of those things that you pick up. Pepe Little's dead. So we need Pepe Little's revenge. That'd be cool to try and set that up in Kerbal Space Program. See if you can manage it with their physics constants. Because I know that for Kerbal Space Program, in order for it to be entertaining for the masses, the physical constants have to be modified a little bit, so that stuff can happen on a more reasonable time scale. Oh, look at that, 62K. Come on, give me some solar. We need some energy to send science data. Let's go. Alright. That should be enough to send a quick temperature reading. Log into temperature. Send in the temperature. Alright, good. Back to the Space Center. See, it's the little things. You pick up a little bit of reputation here and there. I need to make this thing over 50, though. Which I don't know if I can do that. Certainly posing a difficult challenge here. Test a radial parachute in flight over Kerbin. That I can do, definitely. Ooh, that's an expensive mission for what it's worth, I tell ya. Can ferry tourists to their destination and back. Suborbital flight, orbital flight. I mean, yeah, we could technically do that. It's not worth a lot. I guess it's worth something. But I mean, for the amount that they want, they're not looking to pay too much. They're trying to do the cheap thing, eh? All right, let's test this parachute in flight over Kerbin. What was the mission? Kerbin flying 3,000 to 11,000 and a slow speed. Okay. So we don't need that much. Just a fuel tank. Just an engine. And MK2R radial. Where's our MK2Rs? MK12R, there's our MK2R. It's one radial. I'm gonna, you know what, we'll just do the one radial, why not? 3,000 to 11,000, actually, no, we'll not do just the one radial. We'll do 2 radials. Because I'm gonna cut the first one. And then once we get closer to the ground, I'll start up the second one. So that's 3,000 to 11,000. I think we can get that. Yeah, I think we can rock that. Let's go. What do we got? Not feeling in a particularly chatty mood today, unfortunately. Though, there's nobody in the chat, so I don't have to be. Okay, here we go. Alright, keep ourselves pointed up, ideally. So we need to be between 3,000 to 11... Oh dear. Yeah, we're there. 50... 3,000 to 11,000, so we're there. Drop the first one, there we go. Alright. Come on, point us to the ground, let's go. No, don't point us up. I don't want to point up, I want to point at the ground. Okay, this is going to take a while to get back. Oh, we're going to land on something, isn't that lovely? I hope the parachute holds. It's not going to hold. Alright, there we go. Parachute's holding. I want to point myself in this direction in general. Come on, point me this way. I want to land on the building. Oh, it's not letting me. Go this way. No, don't pull me back. Darn parachutes. I want to land on the building. It's probably not going to be a good thing for me. Let's just let it drop. If we hit the building and the building collapses, that's going to be a heck of an expense to try and justify. We'll let this land. We'll land next to the building. Look, there's a helipad and everything. That would have been a perfect landing location. I can still probably do it. Oh, well. It's no fair. Should have been able to land on the building. All buildings are fair game in my mind. Alright, now I could take this off again, probably. Look, they're just going to walk out the back door and they're going to see this thing sitting there. We need to start planting flags around Kerbin. Just driving random flags into the ground for no reason. Marking areas. Alright, what's next? Specific satellite orbit. Yeah, see, we got this around Eve. Wait, what? How are we supposed to get there? We haven't even gotten the world first challenge yet. Once we get the world first challenge, you can start giving me this garbage. Seriously. Alright. We need to position a satellite in a specific orbit. I mean, we can do that. I guess that'll kill some time, and then we'll have some new missions to work on. Hold on, what do we have here? We have the Skipper engine one. That's that one is deadline year 2, day 313. So we got a bit of time. We got to keep an eye on that though. So I do not want to don't want to fail that one. Hopefully by then we'll have some more stuff. One thing I forgot to do is check which orbit it actually wants us to do. So what is this target orbit? And I'll select something based on that. Okay, target orbit. Wow, that one's pretty far out there. Okay. That is actually a very strange orbit, isn't it? We have this one. Equatorial Orbiter. How much fuel does Equatorial Orbiter have? If it has enough fuel, then we can definitely look at that mission. Okay, it doesn't have a lot of fuel. Back to the Space Center. So we need something like the Equatorial Orbiter, but it needs more fuel. A little bit more flexibility in that regard. Should be able to do it. It's just a question of do we have the requisite fuel? So this is the equatorial... Oh wow, it's 14,000. I mean, for that price, I might as well just launch another moon lander. And as for the price, I can drop the price down a little bit by taking this thing off. 14,000. Take a pressure meter off. Then I can just add another communications doodad. Right there. Right, that's sufficient, I think. It doesn't have a parachute, so hopefully it doesn't fall. Yeah, we launch these guys, separate, launch this doodad, separate, and then we got this guy. And it may be a moonlander, but it will get us to the desired. It'll get us to the desired orbit. So go ahead and launch. Grab and launch, or launch. Launching our lunch into space. Oh dear, don't tip over, don't tip over, don't tip over, don't tip over. It does this every time. This thing's like a caterpillar. Look at the thing, it's wobbling around. Okay, so where are we in this orbit? We are about here. Oh, that's not good. So we need to take off and we need to be heading this direction, which I believe is west. Because north, yeah, we need to be heading west. That's a heck of a strange orbit right there. So we take off, we head west, and then hopefully we can match this orbit once we get there. So take off west. Ready? Aim. Fire. Don't tip over. Don't you tip over. It's already kind of questionable. Not particularly stable. Last thing I want to do is lose this thing, because it doesn't have this thing doesn't have any doesn't have a parachute on it, so if it falls, it falls. It's stuck. There's no bringing it back. There's no rescuing parts. They're all just going to slam into the ground. And that would be awful. It would be an awful waste. Technically, I think we need to be going north or south, but I didn't actually look at that. I think south. Is it south? I think it's south we need to be heading. It might be advantageous. I mean, I'm taking a risk by going south. I could be wasting fuel on this. Alright, let's see what we got. What do we got here? Okay, 86K. Not bad. Bring this up a little bit higher here. For a reasonable distance above the ground. We'll separate. We'll start that secondary burn. I think this is pretty good. Bring ourselves over this way a little. Where is our doodad? So we are... Yeah, it is south. Check that out. And look at this. We're moving our nodes. So yeah, from here we want to be going south, mostly. Alright, let's push this guy out a little. Kind of put it like that, I think. If I put it like that, that'll be pretty close. Oh dear, we're going up again. Gotta go down, 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 downtown. Don't want that node to be too much. 10 degrees is pretty good. Okay. One other thing I need is... oh dear, it's dark. Hate the darkness. Extend the antennas. Extend them, I say. The antennas have doth been extended. For what the extension means, I do not know, but they are extended. Okay, let's keep our check on that orbital velocity. We need our perigee to be moving up. Unfortunately, our apogee is also moving on us. We don't need that to be as high. What's more imperative right now is that our perigee increase, and that it increase significantly. To the extent that it's positive. And grab myself another drink of the day, which is apple juice. Remember the slogan for apple juice. Hungry for apples? It's a rhetorical question. Alright, here we go. Move ourselves up just a little bit. So the goal is to skip off the atmosphere. Move ourselves towards this this all-important orbit. And maybe move ourselves up a little bit. Maybe I was a little too aggressive on that one. It could be. More or less about keeping ourselves from re-entering the atmosphere. I think at 100,000 meters we're pretty safe from that. You can see our perigee is steadily increasing. I think we'll be fine. We'll get an orbit off of this. And then it's once we get an orbit off of this, it's a question of getting the requisite details. The apogee, the perigee, the angle at the nodes. Of course, you never know. I could just miss it altogether. Looking at this, we are descending. We're almost below 90. We're almost below 100,000. Actually, you know what? We got another 100K to go. Or we got another 10,000 meters before we actually have to start worrying. And we're already, look at that, we're increasing our perigee. So we're pretty good. I think we're in a good spot here. There we go. And perigee is almost positive. We have perigee positive. Over. Alright, we are in orbit, and we are now stable orbit. We don't have to worry about that decaying. Alright, so ascending node and descending node are at 8 degrees. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that those are lined up here. We'll line these up and we'll try pushing that together. So there's our ascending and descending nodes, right about there. And no, we don't want to set that as target. Stop setting targets. No one asked for a target. I asked for this thing. Add a maneuver. A maneuver. Maneuver is not target. Okay, how's this going to work? I can't see anything with this. If I push this up, does that do anything? It still says 8 degrees. Darn. I think I have to push it the other way anyway. Push it down. Okay, that's not the way either. Downtown? No, push it uptown. It's got to be an uptown. There it goes. Not perfect. Right, that's close though. That is close. Apogee is 118, perigee is 88. So if I point it in that direction, theoretically we should have something. 19 seconds of burn. Burn, baby, burn. 23 minutes. We'll see how it does. How are we here? I'm going to warp to that point. Quick, where's our thing? Where's our guy? Here it is. Hibernate. Quick, warp to it. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, we got sunlight. Check it out. Warping our way to the point. We're going up, we're going down, we're going all over town. Here we go. Alright, hibernation mode off. Here we go. Gonna burn about 9 seconds before the node. Looking good so far. As for our ascending and descending nodes, I don't see where it says what those will be after the burn. Maybe it says it somewhere, I just don't see it. Alright, here we go. 7 degrees. 6 degrees. 5 degrees. 4 degrees. 3 degrees. 2 degrees. 1 degree. Ascending node is moving rapidly. We have 0 degrees. Alright. Perfect. Our apogee is 117. Our perigee is 87,000. Okay, so now it's just a matter of matching the perigee and apogee without messing with those other quantities there, which should be more than possible. So there's 1. Let's bring it back a little. Bring it back a little and only a little. Not too much, not too far. That looks pretty good. Alright. 28 seconds of burn. Do we have 28 seconds of burn? I don't think we do. We're going to have to switch to the secondary. Shan't be a problem, though. Oh, look at this thing. This thing's like a little tin can. Alright, there we go. Alright, looking good. And we will hibernate that, and we will go to the node. Round and round and round we go. Where we stop, I do not know. But maybe somewhere pretty good. And then we're rocking in the hood. Alright. Tell me we still got communications, looks like. Actually, we're almost right over Kerbal Space Center. Just a little bit north of it. They're probably looking up like, how'd that thing get over there? I didn't move it. Okay, there we go. Right about there. Went to one of those recruiting things for the Canada Space Agency the other day. They as much as said that my kind is not wanted. Because I'm not enough of a socialite. I'm kind of like, okay, whatever. I know when I'm not wanted. Canadian Space Agency pretty much said. Well, they didn't really mince their words, did they? So I would be remiss to assume that I have any kind of special privilege. Obviously. But it was an interesting, very educational presentation. Alright, ready to go. Yeah, quite the interesting presentation they put on. You learn, you know, even if it's just a recruiting thing, you learn a lot about how the CSA operates. Kind of how important it really is for them to actually have socializable people. Which I guess explains why they didn't want me. Okay, here we go. Let's go ahead and put this on. Hibernation mode. Another important thing with the CSA is, like, they really want you to learn French. It's a thing for them. And you know, they're in Montreal, so I guess it's important. It's kind of like, I don't know French. They have French courses. You basically have to do 7 hours of study a day. In addition to everything else that you're doing at the CSA. Like, that is one heck of a hiring process, I gotta tell you. Anywho, obviously I declined to apply. I can learn Japanese, but French is a whole other beast for me to learn. It's a difficult one. More difficult than anything else. Somehow I learned Japanese more easily than I learned French. Alright, we have 13 seconds. It's going to be 2 hours away to the node. So let's go ahead and fast forward ourselves to the node. Wherever it happens to be. Another hour away. There we are, heading out. And we're at the node, basically. So a 13-second burn. That'll get us pretty close. We might need to adjust our perigee once we get there. Look at this thing. We got plenty of fuel. Plenty. More fuel than we could ever want. Go a little forward. We're going to start burning at about 7 seconds before the node. Roughly, give or take. 7 seconds before the node. Here we go. Commence burn. Alright, perigee's pointing out. There's our point. Oh, we've moved up a degree. That's not good. Holy smokes, what just happened? Oh, we're still hibernating. I was wondering what on earth just happened there. Like, we just lost control of the thing, it felt like. Wow, but it was in hibernation mode, that's why. Okay. Alright, there's our point. We did it! We better have done it. Okay. Alright, we did do it. Mission accomplished. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. We positioned a satellite in a specific orbit. But before launching it, we forgot to do our checklist. And one of the items on that checklist, have a science junior on the satellite. But look at how much fuel we have. I guess this is proof positive we can hit that target. Whoo boy. Okay. Back to the Space Center it is. That's a little fouled up there. Bit unfortunate. We'll launch the same mission this time with the Science Junior. Do we have anything else we can test? We can test this. Okay. No, I want the world first missions. I want the world first mission before I go to Minimus. Activate the staging. We can do that. That might help pay for the thing we just lost. That was a mission. Put a satellite into orbit. Yeah, maybe that's why the CSA wasn't so interested. Alright, so what do we got here? TD25 decoupler. Here's our TD25. There it is. Okay, put this little decoupler on there. Alright, let's go test it. Last week's stream, we tried launching a satellite using nothing but decouplers for acceleration. It kind of worked. It got us like 100 meters off the ground. But not nearly enough. Alright, so it just said to test it while landed. Looks like a decent test. Anywho. So we're going to have to launch another satellite. Because our last one is a little bit of a mistake. Position unnamed moon in an adjusted orbit of Kerbin. So I think that's the one I just launched. I think they're trying to give me a little bit of a saving grace. We have the fuel for this, I think. Unnamed moon is currently orbiting Kerbin, so let's take a look at it. I think they're trying to throw me a bone here. Oh, we could do that. I think we could do that. Right? That's the one we just launched, isn't it? There's our unnamed moon. Here it is. So we just need to adjust that orbit. I think we could do that. I think we could totally do that, and then that would make this worthwhile. Yeah, I think that's possible. We'll do that, and then it'll at least be sort of worth something. So position, satellite, no, unnamed moon, there it is. So we just need to adjust the orbit. Reach the designated orbit, maintain stability for 10 seconds. Not exactly prestigious, but it's worth something. Anything else? Temperature, surveys. Survey says, dun 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 dun. Nah. Alright, let's move that moon orbiter. It's possibly in the way, so you know. So what we're going to do, we have the fuel. So this descending node right here where it intersects, that's 10 degrees down. Add a maneuver there. We need to descend. Oops, too far. So we'll do this. And then from there, we need to move it over to this guy. Which we can also do. This just so happens to be in a very advantageous position for us. We kind of do both of these all at once. Okay, now that's way off. Need to be down more. And then I need to bring it in a little bit, and then I need to bring it in a little bit, or out a little bit, I guess. Be the correct phrasing. And then in a little bit. Just a little bit. There we go. That'll be close enough. So yeah, we got more than enough delta V for that. Let's go back to our spacey station. Alright, move this over here. I think it's just trying to get it out of the way of the next satellite that we inevitably have to launch to complete the previous mission. Let's go to the next maneuver point. It's estimating 5 seconds of burn. Like, that is just crazy. How are we supposed to control 5 seconds of burn? It can be all over the place. I might, there's a way to limit the thrust, actually. Hold on. Let me just do a thrust limiter. 50%. Alright, 6, 5, limit the thrust. This way it's a bit more controllable. Here we go. So we're now in the new orbit, I think. Minimal deviation. We just need to be stable for 10 seconds. Alright. So that was at least worth something. We didn't completely waste our money on that mission. Though we did. I think they're just throwing us a bone. Games like, oh, I see you forgot your Science Junior package. We'll throw you a bone. Polar orbit into an adjusted... No, you see, these just aren't worth anything. Alright, let's fix up that moonlander. Moon orbiter, whatever we want to call it. The unnamed mooner. Wherever it happens to be. And then we will... wherever it happens to be, there it is. So this guy has to fit the orbit that we previously defined with the last one. So, two things. Thing number one, get rid of this. Thing number two, get rid of this. Thing number three has to do with the Science Junior package. Where are we going to put this? Me, oh my. That's a heavy thing too, isn't it? That's 0.2 tons. That's a little bit of extra weight on the top here. So if we look at our delta V's, once we get into vacuum, you know what? It's not terrible. We're just going to have a bit more difficult time getting to altitude. But I think we can manage. I'm going to add an extra battery. I'm going to add a little extra control via this inline reaction wheel. I think that's... I think that'll get us where we're going. It's 2001. I'm not too confident about that. But we got to launch. We got to launch south and a little bit. Or no, we got to launch west and a little bit south, which we can do. We can do. This looks okay. By and large, this looks okay. Oh boy, that's gonna be scary. Because we will be launching without a pair of shoes. What have I told you about launching without a pair of shoes? Gotta put your socks and shoes. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Okay, careful now, careful now. I don't like how wobbly that is. The extra weight on the top has really destabilized it a little bit. Well, we've got a ways to wait anyway till we get to the node. Let's actually just recover the vessel. Because, I'm not happy with how wobbly that is. I think it's going to wobble its way right off the launch pad. So I'm gonna stick on a couple of, yeah, done. I'm actually going to stick on a couple of parachutes, because we do have the extra parts. You know, if we can save this thing from splashing into the ocean when it inevitably fails. If it inevitably fails. Oh, that's a funny... You know, funny phrasing right there. If it inevitably fails. Oh dear, we're out of parts. Why, oh why did I add those extra parts? Okay. Here's what we'll do. Oh, we've only got one of those. Okay. Well, I'll get rid of this. We'll just have the extra batteries. And I am going to put this right on top. Oop, nope, 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 nope. Come on, don't do this here. There we go. Alright. We will add a parachute. Just because. Do you want to save the current craft? We'll fix it. We gotta be lined up with the node correctly. Otherwise, we're gonna be wasting fuel trying to hit that orbit target. So let's go to the tracking station. We're gonna wait until Kerbal Space Center is lined up. It wants us to adjust this thing? Are you crazy? Into this orbit? You gotta be nuts. You'd have to be crazy to do that. It says, do not use near an open flight. What is our time warp? There it is. Okay, so we want the Space Center to be over here some. Okay, it's moving slowly. So once the Space Center is lined up more or less with this, which is getting close. It is getting closer. Closer. Okay, right about there. So then we're going to be going south a little bit. We're going to be west a little bit south. Alright, let's go. So that's the most advantageous point to launch this guy. Wherever he is, where is he? We will take the rocket and we will launch at the direction we have specified. The rocket looks okay. It has the stuff. It's probably gonna be fine. Unnamed. These are the modifications we have approved. We will wheel it out. And we are ready to launch. In about the T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and a 1. I got tired of counting. When I get tired of counting, I just go. Alright, here we go. Oh dear. Careful now. Whoa. I don't know if you guys felt that. I did. Oh dear. Okay, yeah, this thing does not want to be pointing this way. Like I said, that's a little extra weight on the top of it. It does not like the extra weight. Dear me, does it ever not like the extra weight. Okay, what is our orbit velocity? We need that to be up. We need that to be further about this way. Okay, 8,000 meters. 1,000 meters in climbing. We're gonna slowly push ourselves a little bit south. All right, there's our orbit. It's passing over the north, and we are now on the south side of north. All right, still going, still going. Our apogee is a little short, and by a little short, I mean quite a bit shorter than we would like it to be. I'm gonna keep this pointed in its present direction. It's that extra takeoff weight that's really getting us here. Okay, this might not work. About 40,000. Let's separate. Keep ourselves going up this way. Would really like to break the atmosphere and get ourselves a decent-looking perigee. Something that's above ground. Ideally above ground, you know, that's the ultimate goal is to get it above ground, but whether or not we actually achieve that is another question entirely. How does this look, by the way? Descending node minus 21 degrees, are you nuts? I need to be pointed more south? Oh, I need to be pointed more north. Well then. Color me surprised. Alright. There's a bit of something. We took a gamble, I guess, didn't we? 98K. Yeah, just keep pushing this out, pushing this out. We'll get there eventually. We're adjusting our descending node. Hopefully we can get that to 0 degrees. I think we pushed it out a little bit further than we were supposed to. But hey, no harm, no foul. Let's actually move this a little bit quicker. I want to be contributing to my perigee as much as possible. 6 degrees. Come on, let's see that 5. We're not going to see a 5, are we? We're not going to see a 5. No, back up to 7. No, we're not going to see a 5 degrees out of this guy. No, sir, we are not. Okay, well, confirmed anyway. That's at least something. Alright, we are slowly growing our apogee. That's not really what we need to do, but it's something that'll work for now. For now, I'm happy as long as we are in a positive moving direction. Where is our... Man, I cannot see any... I wish you could highlight the entire thing and just see. Where on earth is my satellite dish? There it is. Oh my gosh. You know, we needed the antenna. And the time we needed the antenna was a few seconds ago. Would have been nice if it was there. Are these ascending, descending? Yeah, these are at 6 degrees. They're not terrible, they're not great. It's not exactly where we want to be. Perigee is minus 450 meters, 450 kilometers, correction. We have 1,000 meters per second of delta V left in this tank. It's getting that Science Junior. That's the added challenge here. And of course, getting a stable orbit is going to be our goal with this first tank of fuel. The second tank of fuel is going to be adjustments only. Do you think we'll have enough? 1,900 meters per second worth of adjustments. I think we'll have just enough. But I'm not confident beyond that. Come on, let's go. 500. Perigee is still below ground. We only have about another 400 meters per second of delta V left. Alright, our perigee is positive. Can we get that 70K? Magic number. Here we go. The magic number, which means we will not be experiencing drag once we get to that point. So, we need to adjust our ascending and descending nodes. This we can do pretty easily from right about here. And yes, we are heading in that direction, so all we really need to do is just adjust this by about 6 degrees. I think we need to move up. Oh, hello. Too far. Am I moving this in the wrong spot? I might be. I can't see, man. There's too much garbage on my screen. I can't figure out how to hide this stuff. Okay, point these together as best we can, anyway. Okay, so once we get there, we basically just need to point up. Well, I'll figure it out once I get there, I guess. I actually can't see because all these lines are in the way. There's got to be a way to hide it. Got to be a way to hide it. Anyone knows the hotkey, just let me know. So when we do this adjustment, are we still going to be above ground? I don't know. It's not really clear. 144 and, I guess, 100. I'm going to assume that's what that means. Everything's going crazy right now. Look at this. Alright, so we're not actually going to have enough fuel to complete this first burn here. But we're hopeful. We are hopeful on the second burn. So here we go. A little further, a little further. Here we go. Alright, we should have started burning a couple seconds ago. How is this? 5 degrees. 4 degrees. 3 degrees. 2 degrees. 1 degrees. Alright, well it's just barely 0 degrees. Let's go ahead and cancel that maneuver. So next, we just need to get our apogee and perigee in line, which we should be able to do pretty easily. We're heading towards the perigee, so we might as well do that one first. Push this one out from here, roughly. Oh, not quite. Come on, get that out of my face. I don't want to be looking at it no more. Okay, so here it is. Right about here. Wow, there's... Hold on. I should really look this up. I'm sure there's a way to hide this stuff with a hotkey. There's just too much garbage on my screen right now. I don't want to be looking at all these other orbits that aren't of use to me. I would much rather not be looking at them. Okay. I mean, I'm just saying. You think this'll push us in the direction we need to go? It might. I'm gonna say it might. Ready? Aim. It did nothing. Alright, so 24 seconds in about 11 minutes. And I think we have more than enough fuel for that. No! Slash! I'm hitting the slash key, man. I forgot to hibernate. Forgot to hibernate this thing. There. Okay, now we can time warp. I hate that I have to even hibernate. Why do I have to hibernate? What physical difference does it make? Anyway. Alright. Now we press the button that tells it not to hibernate anymore, even though it couldn't have done anything during a time warp anyway, because the physics are disabled during that time. Alright, let's go ahead and we'll start at 12 seconds. And roughly right about here-ish. Oops, I forgot. There we go. So we're going to push that out to the point that we are interested in. And no further, hopefully. So this time we have the Science Junior. I think we got all the check marks. Reach the designated orbit and maintain stability. That's about it. That's all we got to do. Oh, come on, why aren't we moving this way? Let's go. Alright, that's roughly okay, I suppose. Ascending node is still 0 degrees, so now we need to go to our perigee and push that out, and that'll be it. I hope. Boy, do I ever hope. Up too far. Too far, they say. Okay, gotta move this actually a little bit, no, this way. Push this in like so, about 400 meters per second. We got more than enough for that. Alright, that'll be perfect. All we need to do is point at that one. Right about there. Give or take. And then, no, I don't care about the rechargeable battery. Just put this thing in hibernation mode so that we can time warp already. Off we go. To the point. Where we go, I do not know. There's the sun. There's the planet. There's the other place. Where is Minimus? Can we even see Minimus? Is Minimus too small for us to actually see? It might be. Might be one of those specks on the map. We just don't register. Now, for simplicity's sake, I'm once again limiting the thrust. Come on. Let me limit the thrust. Fine. Don't hibernate anymore. Let me limit the thrust now. Thank you. So at about 15-ish seconds. 15-ish is where we'll start the burn. Okay, ready to go. Right about here. This will give us a decent amount of control. I'm not sure that those ascending nodes should be moving like that. I'm not sure that I like that. Alright, out a little bit, in a little bit. That's it, that's the point, right there. Give me my money. What do we get? Stability for 10 seconds. I don't think it's going to go unstable in the next 10 seconds. Just being honest here. Okay, there we go. So that gives us something. Sort of. Does this Science Junior give us anything? If we do a materials survey? It actually does. It gives us 11. Which I don't deem as being significant enough. Alright, back to the Space Center. Back we go! I hurt my hand. Alright, here we go. We're not adjusting the orbit, no. Position a satellite in polar orbit. Science data from space around Kerbal. We can do that immediately. Position in a polar orbit. Position polar orbiter in an adjusted position. No, we're not doing that. A polar orbit of the moon. Oh, I see. No. Conduct ground surveys. Ferry a VIP to his destination. Fly by the moon. Ah, haha. That does have the prestige, but I don't know that it's something we want to necessarily be doing. Science data from space around Kerbal. Let's do that right now, because we got that right now. Where is my friends? Let's go ahead to the equatorial orbiter. Pretty sure it has a science package on it. It'll be able to just send something for us. And we'll say, hey, look, we took a temperature reading for you. There's your fancy thing. And then whoever asked for the temperature surveys or the science data will be like, whoa, dude. Space is cold, dude. There we go. All right. Now, what else can we do? We have enough. We can do the upgrades that we wanted to do previously. We can upgrade the Science Center, Research and Development. We can upgrade the Vehicle Assembly. So 450 for that, and then 902 for that. We can do both of these things. That would probably help us complete some of these missions. Position satellite in polar orbit of Kerbin. Polar orbit of the moon. Yeah, it wants us to start building on Minimus. Specific orbit of the moon. Satellite, it wants the Science Junior. It really wants that Science Junior. It's really pushing that. I don't know if the Science Junior is something we want to push. I'm kind of interested in, you know what, this one mission. Skipper, suborbital trajectory of the moon from 190,000 to 200,000. It wants us to test it. And I mean, we probably could, if we upgraded this, we can do that now. We have 260,000. We can upgrade this again. That'd be unlimited and action groups available. We can also upgrade this for 500,000. Yeah, we just really need to build up that that cash reserve, don't we? This is the next one to upgrade, Research and Development. Anything else? So now we can build slightly larger aircraft, slightly larger spacecraft, that is. So let's go ahead and we'll get our moon lander, moon orbiter thing. It wants us to add the special engine, which we will do. Here's our moon orbiter, moon lander, moon whatever. Mooner. It's gonna moon us. It's gonna moon us. Moon us. Ooh, I like that. Alright, we're gonna add more rockets for the initial climb. That'll be 2,000 for that. But wait, there's more. Get rid of this. The reason we need the extra rockets is because we're putting a heavier engine on this thing. Hey, Mr. Anderson. We got a heavier engine. Here we go. Now, this is not going to be very stable, I gotta say. Oh, really? Only 1896. Now, when we get to vacuum, that's going to be even worse. Ooh, dear. This is not a good design, I gotta say. Not feeling it. Hold on. Where are we here? No, that's an engine. Hold on. Get these things off of here, then. Get this engine off of here. So I kind of want to do this twice now. Do 2 skipper engines. Even though they are heavier. Where's our coupler? There it is. They are a fair bit more heavy, right? But yeah, even in vacuum, that's not going to be good. Dude, that is ever going to be not good. 2011. Oh dear. No. Bad design. We don't need a bigger engine. What we need is the most efficient engine, and we need to be using it more. Be using it more effectively, that is. So we got this big engine here. Would it be beneficial for us to, like, say for example, what if I did this? Where's our Terrier? So the Terrier is a 345 specific impulse. If I go ahead and add a decoupler on this, put this on here. We have the decoupler down there. We put this on. Can I like add more of these? Just really stack them up there. Like that's 21,000. So that's 2,500 for these, 2,200 for this, and then another 3,000 for this guy. But the thing is, we got to take this guy, and we're going to be a skipper engine. Skipper engine on there. Then we got this guy. So that's going to be 1,500, 1,300, and then 2,400 for this guy. That could... that's cutting it close. Right, so this is going to be 3,000, 4,000. It's going to be 5,000. We want to be on a suborbital trajectory of the moon. We don't necessarily want to land on the moon, mind you. So what if... Here's our what if. It doesn't say that the skipper engine has to actually do anything, just it has to be somehow attached. So we're going to put that on like so. And we're going to put the decoupler on here. No, not on there. What am I thinking? I'm going to put the decoupler on there. And then decoupler on there. Here. Now this is not the best solution, obviously. I don't think it's even a good solution for that matter. For 26,000, this goes, this guy goes, and then yeah, that's still not enough. Huh. Well, given that we have a little bit more cash flow, what if we ooh, this is a tough decision. You know what I want to do? What's the copy button? Is it control or is it shift? Shift click? No. Control click? No. Ah, other shift click. That was it. So here's the idea. What if I put 4 of these on? Right, these guys all go. That's 2,100. This guy goes on its own. Oh dear. There's 4 of them now. I don't think that's what I wanted. Get this off of here. Put these 4 on down here. So these 4 will give you quite a bit. This will be 4,000. So that'll be about, yeah, 4,500 just for these guys. Now, we need to add decoupler here. No, not there. Here. And then we just need a heck of a lot of these guys to get it up into orbit. Kind of like a Roman candle, isn't it? 1,600, not nearly enough. How do we increase that? I don't think we do. Unless... ooh. See, we're getting into the realm of experimental here. And if we're going to be doing experimental, I would much rather do this on a test world. Right? What if I did the skipper engine? 400 meters per second for that. Not enough. Okay, so let's try the swivel engine. And we'll do other shift click. And we'll do many of those. So that's 22.5. And then 3. That's 2, 5. That's about 6,000, 7,000. So the idea is that this could work. Maybe. This would be highly controllable, mind you. Kind of want to... Where's our controller dudes? Let's throw some aero controls on there. 43,000 for this thing, dude. The expense, but we will be getting a lot of science rep for this. Too expensive is what I'm going to call it. This thing's going to crash. It's going to crash and burn. It's going to be like a $40,000 hole. It's going to be a very expensive hole in the ground. Let's take a look-see here. Satellite in polar orbit of Kerbal, specific orbit of the moon. Okay, so the advance on this was 36. The completion is 104. Okay, maybe I can see that. Maybe I can see the price of that then. If this crashes, though... ooh, boy, is that ever going to be a nasty showing. Very nasty showing indeed. It looks controllable. It might work. I just... oh, man. Man, do I ever not know. And I hate not knowing. I want to see if I can recover these, though. We're going to put these on here. Altitude 1,000, minimum pressure 0.6. So when these go, all these parachutes are gonna shove off at the same time, right? And then we're gonna be onto these guys. These guys will be going, and you know that's the lion's share of the cost right there. So we'll throw these parachutes on. It's an extra expense, but I do want to see if we can get those parachutes back. Do break off. So these 4 are up here. These need to be down here. Right, so we shoot these 3. We shoot these 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That gets us our positioning, and then we drop them. The thing is, we drop them, and then they're going to be... Yeah, this needs to be detachable, actually. Radial detachment points. Do you think these are going to be stable enough? I do not know. So these 4 are going to go on their own, and then number 5 is going to go on his own. So this breaks. All these guys go. This breaks. Where's our... these? No, these don't go up there. These go here. So where's our radial attachment points? There they are. Well, no, we don't need to break those there. We break those up there. Okay, so here's the whole stack. We burn off all of these guys. We break them off. Break them off with this one attachment point. That activates these engines and all of these parachutes, which hopefully will float them back to the ground safely. Hopefully. Again, we're spending about $5,000 on parachutes in hopes that they work. Break this off. And then activate... Hold on. These 4 go and break this off. Okay, then the next stage, we break those 4 off and activate this engine, meanwhile activating these parachutes. That's a 1,500 meters per second delta V on this stage. The final stage, it breaks this off and we activate this engine in order to try and get this engine in orbit of the moon, specifically suborbital. So that's 2,000 delta V. That's 4,000, 4,500. This is going to bring us up to 6,000, and then a little bit extra just for kicks. Okay. Well, it's going to be a waste of money if it doesn't work. I can tell you that for free, but I got to use the washroom, so we will be right back. Where's my microphone? Okay, we're back. You know, one thing I didn't factor in here. Didn't factor in air resistance. Do we think that'll be a problem? If this doesn't work, then I might just cancel the mission. Or we'll go into a sandbox world and test some stuff out. But we're really kind of playing fast and loose in this one. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Okay, careful now. Yeah, does that look stable to you? I don't have high hopes for this. Putting that out on display right now. Turn off the stability assist. No, it's not going to be good. Well, it's going to be a shot in the leg, isn't it? Oh dear me, is this ever going to be awful if it doesn't work? It's going to be such a waste. I really want to add more parachutes. I just want to add more chutes. I just want to add more chutes. Easy does now. Easy now. Easy. See, if I turn on the stability assist, it oscillates. It's not a stable control scheme. It doesn't have to oscillate. I'm just flying by wire now. See, if I could adjust the control scheme gains. Oh dear. Oh, that's not good at all. Well, that's not a good sign at all. No, sir. Oh dear. Oh dear. Up, 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 up. Go up. No! This is not a good showing at all. No, sir. You know what? Let's try and see if we can save this. At least save some of our investment in it. I'm going to launch the parachutes. Dang, this is not good. This did not work out very well, did it? I assure you it did not. Whew. Okay. So that taught us an important lesson there, that these bases are not particularly stable. And especially when they oscillate. Oh dear, no, 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 no. Come on, up, 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 up. We need to cut that velocity. And slow us down, I say. Oh no. We lost the whole thing. Darn. We lost the whole vessel, dude. That's a $50,000 loss. That was what I was worried about. That's why I was stressing. That's why I was like, I don't want to launch this thing. I want to test it first. But you know what? Oh, there's no test mode. You know, you could revert the flight if you were on simple mode, but we're not in simple mode here, are we? Dang, man. Cancel the contract. That'd be catastrophic, I think. We'd lose all of that reputation we were trying to build up too. It was much too oscillatory. What we need is, I mean, heck, what we need is like a rigid strut in between them, which would be nice if we had it unlocked, which is something that kind of should be unlocked from the start, but heck, it's not. Let's leave this assembly building. I don't want to look at that failure. All we need is that, we need that one part. It's At science 45, we don't have 45. It's this strut connector. It's all we need. If we could purchase it, we'd be fine. You know, we could buy science. Hold on. What's the science dude got? Unpaid research. We lose reputation though. 5% of income. 1 science per 12,000. No. I don't like that. Research rights bailout. No, that's not what we want. Come on. Startup cost yields 1 reputation per 6,000. I mean, that's one way to get reputation, I guess. Meh. I don't like that though. It's not very clear what we're getting for that. Hold on. If we do this, 1% funds income yields 1 reputation for each, so that's ongoing though. That's... 1 reputation per 6,000, but we have to invest 70,000 to get that. See, it's not... I don't think that's the clearest. They could clear that up, how that works. I don't know. Oh boy. That was just a catastrophic failure. I'm not eager to return to that. How are we going to manage? So I mean, one of the biggest issues that we had with that last launch is there's no rigid attachment point for these things. There's nothing. So what's this? 905, that's not going to do anything. Let's get rid of this. That's not the part I wanted to get rid of, but okay. Okay, so here's... So that's 1210. Yeah, too expensive. It was too expensive to succeed, ultimately. So I'm thinking I put a couple of these guys on, and we just get this into orbit, and then we send up another spacecraft to refuel it. That I could do. 100%. Put a Terrier engine on this. Hey, get back here. Where's the root then? The root is a battery? You're nuts. So into vacuum. This will be 1500. Okay. Put this on. And these will be our initial launch pieces. Put as many of them on as we can. It's 2,500 in vacuum, but we're not in vacuum, we're in Kerbal. Okay, reduce it down a little. 1903, perhaps. I'm gonna go ahead and add some aerodynamic controls to that. What's our thrust weight ratio? 2.75. Thrust limit this to about 75%. 76%. You know what, we can do 70. Let's go as low as 70.5%. Our thrust weight ratio is still good. That'll get us to a nice high altitude at least. That'll help us with the burn. Then we burn on this second guy, which will get us 393. I think that 393 is very impressive. But what we're hoping to do with this is just to get a stable orbit. And then we will rendezvous 2 vessels in orbit to refuel. That's the hope. So I'm going to put these, I'm going to put oops, I don't need that many. 2 docking ports on this. This will be what we use to refuel. And the hope is that'll be enough to get us to the moon. 1,200 and then another 1,200, and then we can just test it on the suborbital trajectory of the moon at 190,000 meters. And that'll be that. So I'll save this as too expensive. It is too expensive, realistically. The question is it too expensive to succeed? I'm not skimping on the parachutes this time. 2 of them. Perfectly positioned. Just in case. So we launch these 4, whatever they are, then we break them off. We launch this one, break it off, and then we use the big skipper engine to get the rest of the way. Making use of our payload to get to our destination. Who would have thought? Alright. This is going to be our last attempt at this particular mission. Probably going to be our last flight of the day, so get your comments in if you want me to read them. Here we go. Alright. I guess just a wing and a prayer. Off we go. This purple thing up. Get ourselves cautiously adjusted. Start initiating our gravity turn at a decent altitude. Oh dear. We're wobbling. I don't like to see wobbling. Wobbling is not a sign of a stable control scheme. Yeah, so it's we're fighting pretty hard against the drag here. The idea is we want to get a lot more altitude than orbital speed, because we're fighting the drag a lot more. But we really should be initiating our gravity turn a little bit more steeper at this point. We're high enough up that the atmosphere is not going to cause... Oh, well, we just ran out. Apogee 65,000. It's not looking promising. Not looking like we're likely to get an orbit out of this. A little higher. And we'll break it off. Up we go. Will it stop? I don't know. But I'm hoping that we at least get something decent. Does this still show us our thrust to weight? It does. 0.58. Not a good amount there, no sir. You know what? Let's just keep burning up. Burn up! Burn up! Thing is, we got to keep ahead of that apogee. We want to make sure. It says 43 seconds. We want that to be a lot longer than 43 seconds, because we really need the delta V. Could really use it right about now. Now, I didn't limit the thrust on this, did I? No. It's going as hard as it can. T-minus 36. Come on, we need to be higher than that. 75, 76. T-minus 33, 32. No, it's still coming up on us. No. Burn us a little bit more vertically there. A bit more vertical, come on. I don't like that T-minus. 29 seconds. Alright, we got it almost frozen at that. We really need that vertical height. And that's going to be the only thing that can save us now. So we get the vertical height. Once we get a stable orbit, that's basically our whole plan hinges on us being able to get a stable orbit here. And yeah, it's not looking promising particularly. But you know what? We could still do it. Another 800 meters per second of delta V. So that's going to get us a decent height off the ground. Not as much as I would like. No, sir. We're really bumping up against a rock and a hard place with this one. All right. Yeah, we want the kind of want the apogee to be above 100,000 or above 100 kilometers. I really don't know how to pronounce what unit to use here. 100K? Should I just say above 100K because the altimeter's in meters. Even though, you know, it would make more sense to say 100,000 meters versus 100,000 kilometers. I don't know. At least it's not miles. Alright, I'm adjusting our trajectory here. It is not promising at all, but there's a possibility, there's a very slim chance. I'm not sure that we have enough delta V for this, but we're going to try. Point ourselves this way. 225. Really burning against hope on this one, I tell you. Alright, we just hit our apogee. A few more seconds of burn with this primary engine, then we're going to skip to the secondary engine, and hopefully that'll get us a nice stable orbit so we can refuel it and hopefully make it to the moon. And here we go. Stopped. And off we... oh dear. Okay. That's an aggressively strong engine. Okay, here we go. We're at 1,500 meters per second. I just need a positive apogee. Positive perigee, that is. Okay, wow, that is one strong engine right there. Yikes. Alright. So we now have orbit with this. All we need to do, we'll extend the antenna. All we need to do is rendezvous a refueling station with this guy. And once we do that, we can angle a shot at the moon and see what we can get. I think what if I hit here? Let's just see. Do I have enough fuel to get there? No, not nearly enough. So we refuel this, and then maybe we can give it a nudge, I don't know. We might actually need multiple refueling missions. But as it stands, this is functional for now. So it's in a particular orbit. I'm going to rename this. Oh, what should we call it? You know what? We'll just leave it as is. So yeah, we'll launch another space vehicle. We will try to find wherever Too Expensive is, set it as a target, and then refuel as a rendezvous mission. And I think we can do. We might be able to do that right now. You know. Gotta check the. I gotta keep my eye on the time. What do we got for time here? Let's see. It's 14:37 hours. Okay. 14:37 hours on the eastern seaboard. Okay, what do we got here? Do we have a world first yet? Pacific satellite orbit of the moon. Synchronous orbit of Minimus. New surface outpost on Minimus. Satellite. Polar orbit. Position. Ferry. No. Okay, don't have anything new. Right now, it's more about the prestige than anything. Because we already lost our first launch. A $50,000 blunder. Okay, where do we got our moon? Contains experimental parts. Good to know. So we'll load our moon launcher. So the idea with this, I'm actually going to take this engine right off. And we just need this to get into orbit, that's it. That's it, that's all. Just an orbit, that's all. 1606. Another one of these on. 1606. Is that too much? Hold on. These guys go in with this. 2118. And then 2000 from this guy. Ooh, that's not enough. That is not enough. No, sir. No siree, Bob. No siree, bargain, Bob. Okay. Let's try another Terrier. The thing is, we're gonna burn up all this fuel. That's... don't save it. No. We need something crazy here. Let's look at our equatorial orbiter. How can we make use of this? 1, 2, 3. It's 2,000 plus 1,000 from this. That was it? That's what we did to get our equatorial orbit? Huh. So that's only about 3,000 of delta V to get the equatorial orbiter to fly, basically. We can do that. Are you sure that's what we used? Huh. Very strange. Hold on. I'm not going to save that. I want to take a look. I want to take a look at what designs we currently have flying around. So let's, because before I launch the refueling mission, I want to make sure it's going to get there. So where's our equatorial orbiters? Unmanned moon. No, I didn't click on you. Don't steal my freaking clicker. So Untitled Communications Sat. There's polar orbiter. So we might even be able to use the polar orbiter. Okay, so this debris is really in the way. Equatorial orbiter. Unnamed moon. So there's an equatorial orbiter. That's the orbit that it's in. How much fuel does it have? Does it have a lot of fuel or no? Let's look. Okay, so that is the design. It doesn't have much fuel left. But that is the design that we used to get to this orbit. And how much liquid fuel is that? That's 103 out of 550. I don't know. 103 out of 550. I shouldn't have gone back to here. I wanted to look at the other guy. Come on, load. Load, darn you. You're just loaded 15 seconds ago. You don't have to unload every time. Let's go. Okay. Taking forever, man. Okay, here we go. Where was our guy? Where was he? Where is he? There it is. No, that's a random floater. Where is... Okay, too expensive. Finally. I need to detonate some of that debris, but it's so annoying you can't see through the clutter. Okay. Load. Load, darn you. You were loaded 5 seconds ago. Oh, man. Would have been so much faster just to switch. Okay, what is our fuel capacity on this? Our fuel capacity is 220. So we could realistically refuel this. I think it would work. I think we could do that. Instead of 200 delta V, we'll have a lot more, and then we can slingshot our way to the moon. As long as we're on a suborbital trajectory when we run the engine test, we'll be fine. And then we can pop ourselves out of that suborbital trajectory if we find it disadvantageous. Let's see what we got. Okay. So, the equatorial orbiter is sufficient, mostly, but expensive. Sufficient, but expensive. Expensive is the key. So let's load that. Equatorial orbiter, wherever the heck it happens to be. I have too much in this list. It would be nice if I could categorize these, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it be nice to categorize these? Oh, they're subfolders. Missing no, missing no. Okay, that's not useful. Equatorial orbiter. We got this. We got these. So our overall delta V is about 3,100 meters per second. Could I increase the fuel. So this is now 18 and 12. It's about the same, actually. You're just leaning more on this guy. I have to take these and add another couple of them. That's 2,000 and then 1,200, and that gives us a little bit of extra fuel for our rendezvous. See, that's going to be a massive problem because we don't have an RCS system to be able to control this. So it's going to be largely pointing it at the thing and hoping that the parts line up. And if they don't, it's going to be very, very annoying. I guarantee it. Yeah, we don't have RCS anywhere. I call this refueler. Let me just quickly leave. How much would it be to get RCS? Would it be too much? It might be too much. I think it's too much. Yeah, I think RCS, if I recall correctly, it's in the next stage even. No, it's right here. Okay, but it needs 90. We don't have 90. At the very least, we'll be able to get the two vessels close to one another, and then whether or not they can connect, that's another question entirely. I don't know if it'll work, is what I'm saying. But it'll be close. 2,000 and then 1,200. That should at least get us the orbit. Is this mission even worth it? Would it be more worthwhile just to cancel the contract? Or does that count as mission failure if you cancel contract? Let me look it up. What is the penalty? Okay, you can decline it by pressing the red X in the mission details. About -1 reputation. Well, we would like to avoid that, but at the same time, we would like to avoid the mission. So, it's interesting. Solid fuel. I forget what the impulse was set at. I hope it's not full. Well, whatever it is, it doesn't look to be full. Alright, let's start that gravity turn. Nice and early. Have a little bit more control over this one. Though it's also a fair bit more expensive, so there's that. An extra 2 engines. All this just to refuel something so that we can push it closer to the moon. Oy. Alright, let's go this way. Keep going. Come on, keep fishing. Keep fishing. Just keep swimming. Even though it's in the air, and air is not something that you swim in, classically. I guess you could liquefy it. Alright, 116. That's not bad. I think we'll be able to get ourselves a decent orbit out of that. Okay, 46K. Separate it. Wow, 5,000 meters per second? Are you nuts? That wasn't in the deal. That certainly wasn't in the deal. That's not the Delta V I was promised. Okay, maybe I was looking at the wrong one. But looking at that, that's insane, dude. We have more than enough to rendezvous these two, and even if we miss it on the first 6 tries. Wow, sir. Wow, sir. Wowzer. Okay, where's Too Expensive? You are our target, Mr. Too Expensive. If that is your real name, I don't trust that it is. Come on, let's build that Delta V. Let's go, let's go! So we're going to try and connect these two. That'll be interesting. It'll certainly be interesting to try and rendezvous them. Now what I can also do is if I'm not able to burn all the fuel into this guy, I can still just lightly touch on the engines, push ourselves ever closer to the moon. We'll get there. Oh, trust me, we will get there. Alright, this is roughly the point we want to be at, pointing in this direction right here. Just about parallel to our apogee, a little bit below ground. Our perigee is still largely negative, but we're getting there. We are getting there. Yeah, the separation. Alright, I think we'll be able to do this. Off by about 5.2 degrees. I think we'll be able to manage. And that's a mighty think. But hey, you know what? We didn't get here by not taking risks. We took a $55,000 risk and we lost on it. But you know what? This one's a slightly less risk because we're launching multiple vehicles. But because we're launching multiple vehicles, from an engineering standpoint, that's cascading failure points. You have more likely failure points with that because you have 2 places it can fail instead of 1. So already we're doing things wrong. But you know what? That's just the way that cookie crumbles. That's just the way that cookie crumbles. Alright. Enough about cookies, I'm getting hungry here. Perigee is almost positive, and we have perigee positive. Perfect. I'm going to let that ride out a little further there. Because we got to catch up with this dude. Okay, right about there ought to be nice. Oh, please tell me we're pointing in the same direction. I think we are. I think it's just because we're over here and our other guy's over there. So, our descending node is 4.4 degrees. That's the first thing to correct. Add a maneuver. Oh wow, it does tell us what the ascending and descending nodes are going to be. There's what our maneuver is going to look like. Alright. Thou may hibernateth. We may go to our... Oh. Thou may not hibernateth. For I must do this. Alright, now thou may hibernateth. Here we go. Oh hey, I just noticed something. Could be a problem. Could be not a problem. I've got to put the satellite dish out. Alright, hibernation off. Alright, how's our amnesia going here? 11 seconds, so we're going to burn close to the node. Pretty close to the node. Alright, here we go. There we go, perfect. Okay. Alright, we're in the chase. The chase is on. That is to say, once I get to this apogee, I'm going to actually pull this in a little. Hello? What's this? No, stop pulling out the random floater. I don't want to look at the random floater. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that'll be getting closer and closer. If I do that, that's about 3 seconds of burn when I get up to here. I think that's worth it. Where is this guy here? Alright, hibernate, and let's go to there. Alright, we're good. Let's turn off the hibernate. Yeah, if we line these up, it's going to be pretty cool. It'll be a miracle if we actually connect them. Oh, look at that. We're almost already out of oxidizer. Yikes. Not a good sign. No, sir. Not a good sign at all. Alright, forward a little bit. Oh, stop, stop, stop. Go! Alright, now literally all we gotta do is just wait for them to line up with one another. Where's our guy? Oh, that was our guy. There it is. Hibernation. Pin it! So, our next close pass is going to be at a separation of 951, and then after that it's going to be 873, and it's just going to be kind of like that up until we get really, really close. Wow, I really wish I could hide these other things that I don't want to see. Oh wow, this actually could take a while. Won't let us go more than 50. What's going on? No! We're in atmosphere? How did that happen? Oh, I wasn't paying attention. Darn. Don't worry, we're not that far in the atmosphere. If we were really far in the atmosphere, I would be totally burning up right about now. Oh man, that's just awful. How did I get in there? Okay, I see I'm in the atmosphere. Let's go, let's go. We're in a hurry here. Alright, hopefully we don't do that again. That was a mistake. We'll have to push ourselves back out once we get back into altitude. Alright, re-extend the antenna. Once we get back up to this apogee. So that's 874 on the next one. Next pass could be even closer. And the next pass after that, even closer. Let me just turn off the hibernation. Point ourselves. Ooh, hello. No, not target. Orbit. Orbit, darn you. There we go. Alright, don't gotta worry about that again. Hibernate. So, next intersection is at 795 and then 733. We'll warp right on past that. So we're slowly catching up with our target. That's kind of the whole point. And then once we can rendezvous with the target, the question is, can we refuel it? Which I think the answer is going to be probably no. I don't think we'll have that level of control just yet. Alright, let's go. One more round. See what we get. It's micro adjustments out from here, I think. Alright. Next one's even closer. And even closer still. Alright. Go around again. This world is like a roller coaster. It's going around in circles now. Yeah, so there's our target. We're getting close. We're getting close. Alright, here we are. We're over Kerbin. Okay, so the next pass is going to be 257 kilometers. That'll be nice. 257 kilometers, and then we have to start target tracking. I think we can manage. Alright, so that's going to be dead close right there. That is going to be separation distance of 40 kilometers, and then right here is going to be 87. So that's more or less where we want to be at. We want to kind of get here and then slowly make our way out to our other guy. So right about here. That's where we will warp to. So yeah, as you can see, we're slowly making our way towards our actual target. Well, we're pretty close to the random floater. All right, target tracking. Let's go. 206 meters per second. We want to terminate that velocity, more or less. Yeah, pretty close to it, anyway. Alright, looking good. So 23. Now we want to be moving towards that guy. So there's our target. We want to be moving towards that, so I guess we want to be kind of... Well, I guess we still want to do this then, don't we? And let's point target. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I didn't mean to hit that button. Oh my. My oh my, is my keyboard ever sensitive. Wrong button. The shift key and the Z key are right next to each other, you know? It's just natural that that would happen. Okay, so 50 meters per second. Question is, are we going to get close enough? No, we're not. We're actually moving away. Okay. Close is that? That intersection point is 59 kilometers away. We're actually not moving towards our target. And there's our target right there. It's 37 kilometers away. Come on, we can get that. There it is. Okay, very slowly we are moving towards it, just not as quickly as I would like to see. Okay, 40 kilometers, 30 kilometers. Carefully now, we don't want to burn up all our fuel. $20 kilometers. 10 kilometers. 3, 2, 1. So about within 0.4 kilometers. That should be nice. 0.4 kilometers and a relative velocity of about 34 meters per second. Why is that drifting so much? It shouldn't be. We're not accelerating. Okay, well, we'll see what it does. I think it's time integration accurate. We're not in atmosphere. Oh, we are in atmosphere. Darn it! How did I get back into the atmosphere again? Oh my gosh, we're way in the atmosphere too. That is awful. What on earth what was I thinking? Oh my gosh. But we're approaching target. Oh, man. Okay, 4.4. Just be careful, is what I say. Be careful is what I will tell me. Okay, wrong way, wrong way. So I gotta be going this way. Now, there's our target, there's our velocity. Okay. Pay attention is the key. Pay attention, I will tell me. Okay, easy does. Yeah, these maneuvers are not very fun this close to the ground. Alright, let's warp. There's our too expensive. Too expensive to lose or too expensive to keep working on this? I don't know. Take your pick. Oh, hey, I just realized. Hibernate. Okay, so there's our target. Okay, ready, ready. Alright. We're pretty darn close. Does that count as a world first? Come on, it's gotta. A rendezvous maneuver around Kerbin. Hey, we even get something for that, don't we? 14,000. Okay. I would rather it show up normally. Now, as for rendezvous, I gotta wonder, can we get these two vessels to dock? Because that's ultimately what we want. Is a docking maneuver. Okay, here it comes. Slowly but surely. Alright, now I cannot see this clearly enough to really know what I'm doing here. So we are going to go ahead and time warp until it's sunny. Come on, sun, where are you? Oh my gosh, we're exactly on the wrong side of the planet for this. Isn't that lovely? Stay close. It's not staying close, it's straying away from us. Come back, I say. Come on, sunlight, I need to see what I'm doing here. Oh, Mr. Sun, Sun, where the heck are you? Don't make me hurt your face. Yeah, Mr. Sun, Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, don't make me make you waste. Look at that, we are on exactly the wrong side of the freaking planet. I can't see a dang thing. Oh, that sun, I hate it. I hate it so. Yeah, that's not going to freeze our position. Okay, can I see anything yet? Anything, come on. Into vision, here we go. Alright, so we are pointed exactly the wrong way to be able to communicate with this guy. So we'll go here, we'll point ourselves there. Now let's switch to this guy. Why can't I switch to him? Come on, I need to perform a docking maneuver. Do I actually have to do this way? Come on. Refueler? No, not time warp. No. Switch to. Switch to. Come on. Oh my gosh. Okay, target to expand. I don't care what the target is. I want to switch to this vessel. Set as target. My foot is set as the target. Come on. This is ridiculous. Why can't I switch to the other spacecraft? Come on, let me switch. I need to control from there. Dude. This is petty. Do I need to click on the route? What's the route? This is the route somewhere in here. No? Oh man, that's just petty. How dare ye? Hey? I need to control that. Oh my god. I am freaking out here. How do I switch? This? Oh, okay. Well, that could have been made a little bit more obvious. I'd like to be able to click on it and say, switch to this vessel. Wouldn't that be nice? Okay, so there we go. I'm going to set this as my target. And control from here. So there. We want to line these two up. These two are now as lined up as they're going to get. Unfortunately, there's no way for me to kind of push them towards one another. So if I switch back over to this guy, I'm going to have to, like, rotate it. But that's the target, obviously. If I try to control from here, like, my velocity has to be spot on. Yeah, it has to be straight spot on. So I'm going to have to... I don't think that's going to work. I'd have to slide these two between one another, don't I? I don't think that's going to work. Oh, no. Hold on. If I... Nope, not that, not that, not that. No, not that. Come on. Rotate, darn you. There. If I do this... So that you're up like that. No, down. And then I can rotate this spacecraft and just kind of pinch them. You think I could pinch them? We're going to be in the dark before you know it. Control from here. That's our target. No, stop spinning. Stop spinning. I don't want you spinning, man. Okay, here we go. So what I need to do is point ourselves as close to that target as possible. So that we'll be moving in that direction. And then angle ourselves down, and we just need to, we need these two to line up enough that they will connect. Do you think that's possible? Oh, no, no, we're off, we're off. No! Okay. This is, bring us up a little. This is unlikely to work, but if it does, I'm going to be so happy. A docking maneuver without the proper docking equipment. Wouldn't that be something, you know? I don't think it's going to work. Oh no, we're not moving the right direction here. Don't break. Oh, we're bouncing off. Darn. Flew too close. No, come back. My friend. Hold on, all is not lost. Easy does it, easy does it. Oh, come on, you're right there. You are right there. No, oh, oh, we got it. Did we get it? I think we got it. We got it, dude. Check that out. Oh my gosh. Now that was stressful. We get a world first for that? We've performed a docking maneuver. We started constructing the first space station. Okay, so that actually, that paid off for this mission for the most part. Wrong button. Shift click. Hello. Shift click is the button that is standard for multiple selection. Maybe that wasn't the best button to use. Easy does it. No. Am I not pointing the right way? I'm not pointing the right way. Control from here. Oh wow, we are ever so far. Easy does it. Come on. Okay. I don't want to be burning up. Okay. Oh, yikes and a half. Okay, so here we are. Is it control? Okay, so how do... Oh... I have to upgrade the... I just realized. You don't get resource transfer yet. How are we on the map? 71, 226, and how are we for fuel? Not much. So this one could take another 180. Oh good, we have 180. We can refill this entirely. We don't have resource transfer unlocked. So in order for this mission to work, we need to first unlock resource transfer, which we can do through this, I think it's the administration building? No, it's the contracts building, whatever the heck it is. Come on, load, I need the word. The mission control building. We can get science data from the surface of the moon, easy enough. Polar orbit, no, so nothing else. Like, we've collected quite a bit just from that one mission. Upgrading mission control, 500,000? Are you mad? Are you kidding me? That's what we need to get resource transfers available? Oh, no, it's not. Okay. Which one is resource transfers, then? Okay, so we actually do need to upgrade the research and development building, which we can actually do now. 902,000, we have the money for that, so let's do it. Okay, so we have resource transfer available. Let's go back to our little mini space station that we have put together up here, and we can actually do some resource transfer. Where is it? Too expensive. I thought this was going to be a short stream. It sure as heck isn't. It's been like 2 hours now. So I want to do this resource transfer. Burn off any excess. Alright. Everything into here. Let's go. Let's fuel it up. Alright, this guy's empty. This guy. Everything into here. Let's go. Alright, that's more or less a refuel right there. Look at that. That's about as full as it can get. If we hadn't wasted so much fuel, we'd be fine. Okay. Observe the mystery goo. Useless. Absolutely useless. Alright, so we have no excess. I'm going to go ahead and set control from here. I'm going to decouple these. Unlock. Disable crossfeed, invert direction. I think undock is the correct. Alright, so off it goes. Alright, so the refueler is now just an empty can floating through space. I say farewell to thee. So this is just going to be a forever space station, I guess. Reset. Thank you. Now, as for thou, I'm going to point you prograde. So this just needs to go onto a collision course with the moon. We've refueled it. It's ready to go. So where is the moon? There's the moon. Okay, so basically, my calculations are correct. We could go from here. Just go out. No, we couldn't? I guess not. Moon is there. How are we going to do this? Yeah, we should be able to go from here. Maybe we're too far north-south. Oh yeah, we're way out there. Look at that. So that's our contact with the moon. Oh dear. 16 seconds of burn, 800 meters per second. We're almost burning all of our fuel here to get this one. Not a good sign. We really would. What we would really want is for the moon to be lined up with where we're actually, what we actually have at the moment, right? Like that's 1,000,000. 700,000. I mean, no matter what, we're going to need that 800 delta V. 400,000. 500. 12 million. No, too far out. 500,000. 547. No, not the direction. Come on, we need to impact the ground of this thing. No, it's just not going to work. It's just not going to work, my friend. Can try as hard as we like. Oh, there we go. Now we can impact the ground. But at 1,100 meters per second delta V, that's a little crazy. Little crazy. It's what I say. A little crazy. So yeah, this slingshot directory just kind of basically plows us right into the ground of the moon. No, I think I like the other solution that we have. So what we need to do is we just need to wait for the moon to line up with one of these, right about here, so that we can slingshot ourselves out from here. Oh, not as target. What are you doing? I didn't set that as a target. Oh, add a maneuver, not set a. How do I hide these dang things? Hold on. Kerbal Space Hide Briz. No, there's nothing. I want to hide these things. They're really in the way. Apparently I can't. So we want to try and hit the moon. Unfortunately, we have to hit it in a very specific location. Like, we're way off on our angles. Hold on, this looks like it could work. Oh, right, we can hit the ground from here. That's what we wanted. So we hit the ground, so right about there, perigee 107. Okay, we need to be a little more than that. Okay, we're gonna burn from here then, I think. This is the this is the one. 182. We're gonna go at 190-ish. There we go, 323. So right around here, there's where we're gonna burn to. Let's point ourselves at the point. It's a 15-second burn. I might adjust that to be a little bit longer because this engine is crazy powerful. Where's our engine here? Oh, lovely. We are already thrust limited. Okay. Let's hibernate the vessel. And there is our point. We're going to go here and try and make it work. Because, you know, this has been one crazy mission, and it'd be a real shame if it didn't work now. Oh my gosh. I mean, doing a rendezvous without any kind of RCS assistance. Do we not have... oh, we don't have control, that's why. Okay, here we go. We have communications, we have control. We're good. Once we get to the point... And we're just about there. Alright, let's see this mission through. Will it fail? Will it succeed? I don't actually know. I can tell you which one I'm hoping. And there we go, right about there. And then we'll just ease it in the rest of the way. There we go. Nice and careful now. Alright, just careful on the key taps. That's more or less where we want to be, and then we're going to go there. We're going to get a stable orbit, and then we're going to get a suborbital trajectory on the moon, and then we can test our engine. Won't that be lovely? So, let's hibernate this guy. Get ourselves nice out here. Alright. Alright, looking good. Now, I'm curious. Let's focus the moon. Do I have enough fuel to actually... oh, for crying out loud. Do I have enough fuel to actually try this? If I did that, 339... Actually, I have enough. I do have enough to get a suborbital trajectory from this location. And what is our contract specifying? 190 to 200,000. So let's move ourselves out first. Where are we here? We're way over there. Hold on, can I get back over here? No, I can't. I'm not allowed to. Okay, well, that's fair. If I just move this out a little bit... 191, yeah, just like real carefully here. 198,000, so right about there. We're going to test it. And hopefully not crash into the ground. If we can avoid crashing into the ground, that'd be great. Would really appreciate that. Just saying. I'm go ahead and thrust limit this a little bit further to 6.5%. And just very carefully here. There we go. 196. Hibernate the vessel. So when we get to this perigee, we're going to try and we're going to get ourselves a stable orbit first of all. Oh, come on. Come on. Here we go. Stable orbit is going to be our first priority right here. It's going to be a very low stable orbit, a low-hanging fruit, if you will. So just about there. That's suborbital. And then we test the engine, and then we bring it above ground. That's the plan. Anywho, let's go and point it here. Okay, hibernation is off. We'll turn it back on. This is good to go. All right. Keep this on while I'm at it. That's a 33-second burn time. Can I cut that down? Hello. Hello. There we go. 15 seconds. That's what I prefer. Yeah, 15 seconds. Do a 15-second burn once we get there. That'll be nice. Let's move over there. Cautiously. Cautiously and carefully. Keep my finger on the stop button. Okay. So we are just about right where we want to be. Oh my gosh, this has been one heck of a mission, I tell you. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Crazy taxi! Okay. Hey, hey! Good to go. Alright, bring ourselves in. Bring ourselves orbit. We are in orbit. Give ourselves suborbital trajectory. We have suborbital trajectory. Now, test the engine. Mission is met. Test. Alright. Oh my gosh. We did it, dude. It's done. We have succeeded the mission. We've made it to the moon. We've tested the engine on a suborbital trajectory. The mission is ours. Now we're going to leave it here in permanent orbit. With 51 meters per second of delta V to spare. Wow. That was a close one, I tell you. I didn't think we were going to make it. But we did. We now have this, I guess we could call it a corpse. Just floating there. Oh boy. That was one mission. Actually, that was 3 missions. The first one blew up. The second one didn't have enough fuel. The third one gave fuel to the second one, and the second one succeeded. That was one crazy bit of a mission right there. Whew, okay. Let's look at that, 409,000. So we actually almost have enough enough cash flow to upgrade our mission control. Did I want to upgrade mission control? I didn't want to upgrade mission control. No, I didn't. I did not want to. Okay, position satellite in a specific orbit of Kerbin. We could do that. Specific orbit of the moon. Yeah, there's a few of these we can do now. That helps us out having that one finished. Oh, science data from the surface of the moon. Dear me, I've missed one. We'll get science data from the surface of the moon, and then we will call it a stream. Of course, thanks for everyone who tuned in, even if you just popped in for a few seconds. Always appreciated. Let's take a look, see what we got here. We have Pepe Little 2. It should have enough electricity, hopefully, to send a little bit of science data back to Kerbin, and that will be that. Will be that. Will be that. Will it be that? It will be that. But will it? It will. I hope. Let's see. Load. It takes so long to load. Oh my goodness. Oh goodness me. Okay, here we go. Electricity's too low. We need more electricity. Let's wait until sunrise. Into electrical. Where's our sunrise now? Come on, give me the sun. We need electric. Let's go. I can't send science data from the surface of the moon if I can't see the surface of the moon. Oh, come on. Come on already. Oh, come on. It is taking so long. Let's just get to morning. Let's go. Let's go. There we go. Thank you, Pepe Little. It is much appreciated that you sent temperature data back to Kerbin. Thank you so much. And then I'm going to clean up the clean up our past missions, and that'll be it. That'll be it for the stream. Let's see here. Where's our guy? Oh my gosh. You know, it would be nice if it just kept this in memory and didn't try to load it every dang time. It would be so nice. Of course, it doesn't work like that. Specific orbit of the moon. Build a new orbital station on a solar orbit. Holy smokes. That'd be crazy. And then this thing still wants us to go to Eve. Hey, we can test a decoupler at the launch site. And we can test this at the launch site, too. And data from around the moon, we've already got that. Okay, I knew I said that was the last one, but this is just too good to pass up. You know what? I'm going to leave that for next time. I can do that offline even. It's not really a big deal, because all we literally do is we just put something on the launch site and test it. But that's, I guess that's going to be it for the stream. Thanks for everyone who tuned in, and feel free to tune in next time. And see any comments in the chat. You'll see them in a second. If you have anything to say, feel free to say it now. And we'll catch you next time. Another Kerbal Space Program. Don't know if I'll be doing that next week. I might be playing something else, but we'll see. We'll see. Save game. All right. And that'll be that. Actually, I think next week I'm gonna try playing Euro Truck Simulator. Mostly because it's holiday time. And somehow I feel like Euro Truck Simulator is a bit of a holiday sort of thing, you know? And away we go. I really need to redraw my my end sequence here. That was a very quick drawing I did back then, I think. You can see that I had some semblance of gesture in this image, just not any sense of proportions.